This is Fate, the 6th of November 2021. For more updates, please subscribe to my channel. Karan leaves from the balcony. Mahira comes out in excitement, thinking how she would finally have a chance to start her love story in which she would be the heroine and Karan would be the hero. She thinks of how tomorrow the Valentine's Day and she would be the someone special for Karan, so would make his day really special. She sees the glass which Karan had left, so she drinks from it. In the night, the alarm clock is ringing, which wakes up Preeta, who gets up and after turning it off thinks why anyone would set the alarm for 12 in the night. She gets angry and plans to scold her, however when she realizes that it is Valentine's Day, then thinks of how Sarla would scold her, so she will ask her. In the morning, Preeta lies down in the bed when she hears someone coming from the window, so thinks that it is the thief and then assures of how she would beat him. However, when she covers him, he also pulls her and they both fall on the bed. So Karan reveals how it is him. Preeta is shocked to see him. Janki is sleeping when the phone rings and she gets up wondering how this is what always happens, so she answering it is shocked. She hurriedly leaves to inform Sarla, as then they would take care of the situation. Preeta and Karan are both looking at each other. They are not able to live and so hug each other. Karan reveals how he is really angry with her because she came without informing him and he really hates her. Preeta gets shocked, so asks if he came all this way just to say this, which is when Karan reveals how he hates her because he missed her a lot, which also makes Preeta really Janki knocks on the door of Sarla. When she explains how she is coming, she questions Janki why she knocked on the door, to which Janki explains how she was informed that the thief is in their society and he even fought with the people, breaking the nose of one of the neighbors. Karan mentions how he is really angry with her and even came to fight with her, however after seeing her he has forgotten all that he had planned to because he really missed her. He sits asking if she knows what day it is. She gets really nervous when he responds of how it is the Valentine's Day, so asks her to say what is in her heart for him. Preeta is not able to say anything, so says how there is nothing which she would not say in the normal life. Karan gets mad, threatening to leave for his house. Sarla opens the door after there is a knock. The guard explains how she must have known about the thief that is roaming their society, and Suresh thinks that he has entered the room of Preeta. Sarla immediately runs towards her room. Karan asks Preeta to say it, as they do not have a lot of time. Preeta then is about to say, however when she is finally about to say it, then Sarla calls her. Preeta explains how she would open the door, meanwhile he should wait. Sarla asks her why the window is open, to which Preeta explains how she was feeling suffocated and so opened it then. Sarla advises her to lock the window because the euphoria is a lot of risk. Janki also asks her to shout, as then they would beat the thief and hand him over to the police. Sarla, going to the door, explains how there is no one in the room. The guard explains how they saw the thief and he even broke the nose of Suresh, so they must all be careful. The lady mentions how they must not worry because Shristhi is more than capable to defending the family. Sarla gets worried because she did not see Shristhi in the room. Preeta comes asking why did he hide. Karan exclaims why should he come out, because they would not be able to explain why he came, as he even broke the nose of her neighbors. Preeta inquires. Preeta orders him to not talk as she is expressing her feelings and he even made her forget everything. Preeta again explains how she was not his fan and did not even like him at the start, however he feelings changed with time. She is about to finish when Sarla again knocks. Preeta asks Karan to hide, however he refuses. She forces him to hide before opening the door. Sarla asks about Shristhi. Preeta mentions how she is not in the room and that she does not have any idea. Janki comes out after searching the room when they hear the voice of Shristhi. Sarla and Janki head out when Shristhi is coming from the front door. Sarla asks where she was, however Shristhi is not able to explain. Samir then explains how he was driving when he saw that she was fighting with someone. Sarla asks what he is saying. Shristhi mentions how he is right, and she saw the someone was entering the window, however she went outside and starts beating him, which is when Samir came to help her. Sarla asks if she has thanked him, after which she asks him to leave as it has gotten really dark, so Samir leaves. Shristhi goes after him thanking him. When he explains how he needs a favor and she must help reunite both Karan and Preeta, Shristhi promises to do it as it is her duty. She is then called inside. The neighbors ask if she saw the face of the thief, however she explains how she did not, but then is forced to accept. Janki hears a voice when Karan drops a vase in the room and they all run inside, so Karan immediately hides. They are searching the room when Preeta turns off the lights, so Karan tries to escape, however he is spotted and they start beating him, which is when Preeta turns on the lights and they all see that it is actually Karan. Sarla is also really worried when she sees him and then turns to Preeta in anger. Shristhi is with Samir and they both are worried because they have not been able to mend the relation of Karan and Preeta. Shristhi asks why Karan is so arrogant, to which Samir mentions how he knows his brother and he is not able to express his feelings easily. Shristhi asks what is the worry, because there is only sentence which needs to be said to resolve all the issues, and she thinks how he is a really nice person because even when he is not at fault, even then he apologizes. Samir explains how he says it because he knows that she would otherwise get angry with him. Shristhi mentions how she knows that he does not care for who says sorry, but what really matters is their relation. They both say how they have to explain something. Samir then brings a bouquet when he is about to express, then they hear people running saying how there is a thief in Sarla's house. Then both of them also run to the house. Sherlin exclaims how Prithvi is showing a lot of attitude, as he knows that she is alone in the Luthra house, so he should have brought a gift for her, however he has not even attended her call. Mahira knocks on her door and she orders Mahira to not smile as she is in a really bad mood. Mahira exclaims how she should ask where Karan is, then Mahira mentions how Karan has gone to the house of Preeta and was really angry, so she knows how he would scold her, so it will end any love which they had amongst them. Mahira asks if she does not want to listen. Sherlin exclaims how she has finally understood because she is really mad, and even when Mahira exclaims to be her friend, she did not ask what is the reason for her anger. Mahira mentions how she does not want to listen to anything said as she only wants to be happy her entire life. She leaves the room while Sherlin is really angry. Sarla calls Preeta asking what does she have to say about the matter. Preeta exclaims how she does not have anything, but Karan has something which he came to say after 12 in the night. She asks Karan to say it to Sarla, however he gets really nervous. Janki mentions how she has seen lovers not being able to express their feelings, however they are now married. She even questions them, mentioning how they both also love each other, but what is the reason they are not able to say anything. Karan exclaims how he is able to speak but does not know what he has to say. Karan asks what he has to say. Janki says that it is Valentine's Day, however Karan is not able to say anything, then Janki asks if she should say what he is supposed, however Preeta stops her, saying that he would say himself. Shristhi mentions that whatever he did for Preeta is really romantic and even broke the news of a man. Karan explains how the man was also yelling and even he only saw his nose. Sarla asks Karan to leave as she felt really nice that he Came as Preeta was really sad, however now she is happy and that he should now leave. Karan exclaims how he has come to take Preeta back home. Karan takes her hand exclaiming how he trusts Preeta and knew that she was right, however he was not able to say anything in that position and even got angry at Preeta, wondering why did she come without saying anything. However, when he placed himself in her position as when he realized that whatever she did was the right thing. Sarla exclaims how this is what she desired to hear and wants to explain something as an elder, that the relation of a husband and wife is purely based on trust, so he should always stand by Preeta under any circumstance, as she knows that there are some people in the Luthra house who treat her like a daughter, however some of them do not trust her, so she would need his side to lean on. She inquires if he thinks she felt nice after bringing her back, but that he must promise her that he would always trust Preeta. Karan asks if now he can take Preeta. Sarla refuses, explaining how she cannot send her daughter in the night, so he should go but can stay if he wishes. He should then come in the morning to pick her up. And if he is not able to, then she can also drop her. Karan asks if he can hug her, so he tightly hugs Sarla and then exclaims Happy Valentine's. Sarla asks him to say it to the person for whom he came. He then leaves. Janki exclaims how she really tired hard and even turned off the lights so that Karan can run away, however they caught her. Preeta gets nervous, so runs into her room. Preeta is shocked to see that Karan is sitting in the room. She asks what he is doing. He responds how he came to apply the ointment. Preeta mentions how she knows he has not only come for the ointment. Then Karan mentions how he wants that she reveal what is her heart. However, Karan and Preeta both start to argue over who would say it first. When Karan mentions how she should say it first, as she is a lady, she gets emotional and hugs her tightly, which is when he screams. Preeta realizes how his shoulder has turned blue. He exclaims how he got beaten really hard. Preeta mentions how she would and get him the herbal remedy. Preeta secretly walks out of the room and tries to walk when Shristhi stops her, asking if she is okay. Preeta mentions how she is alright, which is when Shristhi says that she wants to ask if Preeta is okay, as when she told her to take the first step she did not. Then Karan came to their house. Preeta then tries to go in the kitchen, however Shristhi asks what is the reason, to which Preeta tries to explain how she wants to get something. Shristhi realizes that Karan might be in the room. She is about to go in, which is when Preeta does all that she can to stop Shristhi from entering the room. However, she says how it is her room and she would go in as she needs to sleep on the bed. However, Preeta makes her promise, so she sits on the sofa. Janki comes to the hall. She gets tensed after seeing Shristhi on the sofa, so asks the reason. She explains how Preeta does not need her as she has found someone else. Janki is not able to understand and goes back to sleep. Shristhi exclaims how she is really enjoying it. Preeta scolds her, then goes into the room. Karan exclaims how he is impressed as she has also brought tea. Preeta mentions that she brought the medicine in the cup, as otherwise everyone would have asked her. Karan mentions how he is her husband, not an outsider. Preeta asks him to take off his shirt, however he exclaims how it is a tracksuit and would completely come off. She stops him, saying how he should keep it on. She then applies the medicine and he also asks her to apply it on the chest.